Four militants and a civilian were killed in a fresh wave of violence that was reported from Manipur's Jiribam district. According to the district administration, the civilian was killed inside his house, and this led to a gunfight during which four militants were also killed. Police have informed the district administration. An officer of a security force posted in Manipur said a gunfight started in the morning after militants entered a village and killed a man. The killing was part of the ethnic clashes and the gunfight is on. We have reports that the ones who died are from both Kuki and Methi communities. Nibir Deka, my colleague, is joining us on the broadcast to give us more details about this. Nibir, if you can hear me, what is the status of this altercation right now?
Well, if you see that multiple firing incidents are happening in Manipur, not just limited to Jiribam, but also in Moirang, as well as we saw yesterday how rockets were fired upon in Bishnupur, and today there are also reports of firing ongoing in Sugnu. All these areas are border areas near the valley and the hills, so these are especially vulnerable areas, and we are getting to know that that heavy firing has undergone in Sugnu area as well as per sources. So these tensions continue to simmer in Manipur. The situation is critical. Over 5 people have died purportedly in Jiribam when the firing was undertaken by armed miscreants, and that has also escalated matters further. Both the sides, both the hills as the valley sides, are on high alert because of the constant round of firing. The security forces are also trying to do the combing operations, and the central forces as well as the Manipur police have been heavily deployed. Amid this deployment, there are still ongoing rounds of firing that has led to another level of complexity in Manipur, which has already seen the violence that has been escalated since last year. But now it is another level of violence that we are seeing, especially with the aerial threat that we have witnessed in the last 3 days or so. Back to you.
Right. Nibir, also talk about, what has been the response from the government. Of course, we are still waiting for the centre to figure out why these incidents are escalating on a daily basis. But what about the state government? What kind of preparations and precautions are they working on?
Well, the government has responded in 2 measures. Firstly, they have deployed the central forces in all these vulnerable areas near the hills and the valley, where we see the highest number of firing and conflict cases. Secondly, they have initiated an inquiry. At the DGP level also, there is an inquiry ongoing to find out and ascertain what led to these drone attacks and how these drone attacks were carried out. So the aerial attacks that we are witnessing vis-a-vis the drone attacks as well as the rocket attacks are now the biggest threat in Manipur. And now the center is also, the NSG as well, is now figuring out how these attacks were carried out by a high-level committee, and also the DGP level. At the DGP level, they are also trying to ascertain how these attacks were carried out. And so the response is on the 2 fronts. Firstly, they want to stop these attacks from happening further. Combing operations have already been taken out. And secondly, it is about also finding out how these weapons are being used in this conflict.
Nibir, appreciate you joining us. Major Mohammad Ali Shah, defense expert, is also with us on the program. Ali, you've spent a lot of time in Manipur. You understand the situation there like the back of your hand. The escalation, the tensions are back with a bang. What is supposed to be done here?
Vineet, firstly, thank you for having me on your show to speak on a subject which is very, very close to my heart. Now, the very fact, it pains me no end, Vineet, to see such kind of violence, such kind of trouble happening in a state which is, I say, the most beautiful state in the country and one of the most beautiful land in the world. Now, it is someone's sinister design, Vineet, which is making 2 brothers fight who have been coexisting together for a very, very long time. Now, what's to be done over here? Things have already gone out of hands, unfortunately. So, they say a stitch in time saves 9. I remember in May last year, when the violence had broken out, we were in a discussion on a panel again, and I said, if it's not controlled right now, there's a danger, there's a fear, it can spill out to different states. And that's where I see it going as, unfortunately, that's the truth. We can fool ourselves by saying that things were all normal in Manipur, things were it was limping towards normalcy, but that is not the case. A Maite cannot go to a Cookie's area. A Cookie cannot go to a Maite area, unfortunately. Today, if a Cookie wants to go to Manipur, a Cookie cannot land in Impala Airport. A Cookie will go to Mizoram, Aizawl. From there, will come to Chachanpur and then find the way. A Maite cannot go to More and Chachanpur to their land. Unfortunately, they are living in relief camp. They are having troubled times. But we are very much interested in about Israel, Iran, Hamas, Russia, Ukraine. We should focus at our own house, clean the mess in our house, because a state which has given so much towards nation building. Ratan Dhyam is from Manipur, Mary Kom is from Manipur, Mirabai Chanu is from Manipur, the list goes on and it's endless. So the very fact is, how do we do it now? Things have already gone out of hands. They had constituted a peace committee last year of 51 members. Most of them were Cookies, Maites, Nagas. They were politicians in this peace committee. So obviously anyone who understands Manipur will see the peace committee. I had predicted it would not work, and rightly so. The peace committee members itself rejected it. They said our consent wasn't taken. How can our name be put over there? And it fizzled out. It was not considered. I say a stitch in time saves 9 days worth in forming a peace committee this time. And they are former Director General Assam Rifles. There is Lieutenant General Pradeep Singh Nair, who has just retired from the army after 40 years of glorious service. 31st July, we can take his services straight away. There is Brigadier Neil John, who was the Deputy GOC of the division in Limakong as the officiating GOC when the violence broke in. We have Brigadier Gautam Ganguly, who commanded an Assam Rifles battalion. We have Colonel Gaurav Chaturvedi. We have so many people who are there, who understand that area back of the hands. We have Lieutenant Shaukin Chauhan, we have Lieutenant Sangwan, we have former Chief Secretary of Manipur, we have Mr. Sharma, who is our neighbor incidentally. So there's so many people. I volunteer my services myself. And because I owe this to this commendation card, to the Assam Rifles, the Director General Assam Rifles commendation card, which I have been recently awarded with. So the very fact is, we can attempt on it. There's no guarantee that this peace committee is going to work. But it can be a first step. There is Amrit Singh Pawa, in my eyes, if you ask me, he would deserve a Padma Shri because of his contribution towards Manipur. All the while, in fact, his place in Delhi is called Manipur Cottage. I mean, so we have a lot of people there. Lieutenant General Sabiuddin Shah, there are so many people who have served there, who lived there. They are former governors, Najma Abdullah. We saw the interview of former governor of Manipur, Anasuya. In fact, I think yesterday it was there. So there are so many people. They are former Director General of Police. There is Mr. Warna. In fact, who comes on your panel many a time. There's so many people whose services can be utilized, who are neither Cookies nor Maites. They would be impartial, very, very neutral in their conduct, in their viewpoint. And the basic step is get the two communities on a table for a dialogue. Will that happen? It's very, very difficult to get them together right now. But yes, we can make an attempt. We can try at least. I think the IB, not the Information Broadcasting, but the Intelligence Bureau should be proactive with the names of people who know Manipur, who would be following news in your news channel as well. They are journalists, they are people who have been there on ground, who know that area. They should form a peace committee. Again, make an attempt. Get deep committee. Like, for example, I have friends who are Maites. I have friends who are Cookies. And yes, I am proud of the fact.
But Ali, they are saying it's got nothing to do with the communities anymore. Ali, they're saying that there is obviously outside help here, and there are detrimental plans to make Manipur into the next Kashmir.
Well, what you are saying is not wrong. It's not incorrect. You know why that has happened, Vineet? It has happened because we have allowed it. I would use the word allow because we have been careless about it to go on for so long. So when it has gone on for so long, with those illicit design of someone, yes, there will be external powers who would take advantage of a situation, who would not want India to grow. They would find it as an opportunity. We should not have given that opportunity to anyone because people who are Indians, they do not understand northeast part of India itself. What foreign powers understand? when people have very little limited understanding about the tribes over there, about they don't even know what the difference between a Laos being cookie and a paite. They don't know the difference between a miso. They don't know. They don't know about the maite that they are maite. There's fake news coming in, a lot of information warfare coming in. And what you said, Vineet, was bang on, absolutely right. But the reason, again, the root cause is those external powers are flaring up a situation.
Ali, do you think that the central government is also at fault?
I would say, well, not at fault, but I would say they haven't. Obviously, they haven't. Their efforts have not been adequate. Unfortunately, they have been concerned. They have made the attempts. They have tried, but the efforts have obviously not been adequate. Otherwise, we would have seen the results on ground. But we have seen no results on ground. Unfortunately, we have seen no results on ground. Why is it that there are a lot of people, now we are saying it's not between communities? Yes, I would agree. They are bigger sinister designs now. But how and who has allowed those sinister designs creep in? We should not have allowed those sinister designs, because we know our adversaries are keeping a hawk's eye. So the very fact is, even now, it's still not too late. Even now, it can be curbed. Even now, peace can be brought into Manipur. They are military helicopters who are doing a recce, who are doing a surveillance, who are keeping an eye. But yet, yesterday, I was at a conclave. So my phone was on DND mode, do not disturb mode. In the evening at night, late night when I got free, I saw, oh my God, I had missed so many calls and most of them were from Manipur. In a way, it is good also that my phone was on DND, but in a way I felt bad that I missed so many calls, because these people are helpless. They look up to whatever a little bit hope they can get from anywhere, from both sides I'm talking about. And what can I do? I have no authority, I have no power, I feel helpless. At the best, I can message you. I can tell you this is what's happening in Manipur. At the best, I can do that. I can't do anything beyond that. But I feel extremely sorry, because ultimately, who's suffering? It is a common people, a common Indians, a common person from Manipur who's suffering because of someone else's sinister designs, which they are pumping in. Where are the funds coming from? I want to know again. People say it's not foreign powers. Okay, it wasn't foreign power. It may not have been foreign powers initially, but then I would not be surprised. I actually would not be surprised if it's not communities anymore. I would not be surprised, because what you said was not incorrect. And yes, we have given that option. So it is very, very important. It's not about BJP or Congress. It's not about political things.
Do you think we have failed Manipur, Ali? Do you think we have failed Manipur?
But we have let our dear state down. In other words, yes, we have failed Manipur, unfortunately.
All right. Ali, appreciate your thoughts, appreciate your expertise in this matter. Thank you for joining us.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.